It is also known as the principle of change. Change is inevitable and it is nature's law. The principle of change is universally identified and it is considered as a basic principle in geographical studies. Brunes stated that everything around us is undergoing transformation and everything is increasing or diminishing. Nothing is really motionless or unchanging. Geographic landscapes like mountains, plains, plateaus, forests, streams and biomes etc. and man-made landscapes such as human settlements, industries, transportation etc. are constantly undergoing changes. Scholars identified that in the place of mighty Himalayas there was once the Sea of Tethys. The sediments deposited there were folded and uplifted mountain ranges due to geomorphic movements. Distinguished scholars and geographers including Carl Ritter, Hartshorne, Davis, Patrick Geddes, Louis Mumford, Griffith Taylor, Rastos, Notestein and Trivarta etc. conceptualized and explained the principle of changes in their works. In the physical world, the main agents of change are solar energy, gravitational force and the exogenetic as well as endogenetic forces of nature. Both exogenetic and endogenetic forces causes changes over surface of the earth which can be studied in geomorphology course. All the socio-economic stages in historical evolution are relevant in the light of the principle of change. The stages include food gathering stage, stage of feudalism and stage of industrial and urban economy. The growth indicators of population like density, age structure, sex ratio, structure of occupation, literacy rate, urbanization, composition of region and languages etc. represent history of social changes in post-independence India. In 1951, there were only 5 metropolitan cities in India and at present they grown up to 50 plus in 2011. The aforementioned studies reveal that the principle of change is a fundamental concept in the study of human societies with regard to their evolution and changes over time. This principle is also known as the principle of adjustment. The fundamental principle behind change is adaptation, adjustment and readjustment in the evolving relationships between geographic environment and humans. Human geography has always focused on study of relation between human and their physical environment, but as human civilization and geographic environment have changed over time, so too have the aspects of man-environment relationship. In the initial stage of human's evolution and their society, natural elements of the earth's surface such as topography, soils, water bodies, climate, plants and animals constitute environment of human. Because of man's restricted needs, interest and total dependence on nature, he was basically a physical man. The indigenous people and primitives belonging to various regions of the world had been well adapted in their geographic environments with distressing the ecological balance. However, their economy is regarded as backward and primitive. The primitive man completely survived on nature using food, clothing, shelter from the nature and thus as theocratic approach to geographic environment. The technological and cultural developments have led the man to become as social, economical and technological man. As a result, man started understanding the mysteries of nature and adjustment to it with a geocratic approach. Using scientific knowledge, acquired skills and new technology, modern man has started to construct his own world and created his own environment. Man conquered the nature and upset the natural balance by his geocratic approach. The primitive people of Tundra region, the Eskimos in Canada and Greenland, Pygmies of Congo Basin, Bushmen of Kalahari Desert, Bedouins of Arabian Desert and Aboriginals of Australian Desert have been forced by their environment to adapt and practice hunting, pasturing for their survival. In the deserts and semi-arid areas, the people's life is very difficult, lack of water sources for irrigation and drinking. In the intensive environment of the equatorial regions of Amazon basin, small tracts of forest are being cleared and burned. They are occupied by native tribes of Boros and used for shifting cultivation in the areas. It is no doubt the interactions between human and environment is two ways, as the environment has an effect on and sways human and their activities. In turn, humans also influence and transform the natural environment. The principle of adjustment and adaptation on the basis of environment and human relationships can be supposed and assessed in different methods, including environmental determinism and possibilism, neo-determinism and probabilism.